Welcome back, Nick Lenz's Comic Corner, Classic/Non-Classics, episode number 181, and Doubleshot number 115. Yay, I got to the 115 Doubleshot. First up, Batman, Death and Maidens. This trade collects the 9-issue limited series plus the prelude story from Teta Comics. What was the name number? It was 783. Now, this miniseries is noteworthy for featuring. It has a heavy. It's written by Greg Rucka, by the way. It has a heavy focus on Nyssa Al Ghul. Those of you familiar with that character, you may remember her from Arrow, played by Katrina Law. And the character was a lesbian. In the comic, she is straight, and she sort of brainwashes Talia by killing her and resurrected with Lazarus Pit many times and converted her into her side. And plus, also, Ra's al Ghul dies, and he stays dead for 3 years until Grant Morrison brings him back in the Resurrection of Ra's al Ghul. Yeah, this miniseries kills him off. It doesn't really affect anything going in the Bat books at this point. Now, the artwork is done by Klaus Johnson, so we may recognize that name for when he did Batman Year One and when he worked on Daredevil with Frank Miller. Both of them. The artwork is actually really good in here. Yeah. It still works. Greg Rucka's on the writing. So, and unlike most of this miniseries does kind of count in a way. If you want to do like a complete run through of all the Bat graphic novels, I definitely recommend getting this. Especially if you're a Ra's al Ghul fan, you would love this. This is actually, it's got the strongest suit of this book is the writing by Greg Rucka. He knows how to write Batman really well. Yeah. So I'm going to give this book a 9 out of 10. Great book, great writing, great Ra's al Ghul story. I definitely recommend picking up. Though the other thing is, Nyssa Al Ghul doesn't really do that much outside of this variant. This is like the high point for her. Alright, next up is New Avengers Volume 1. Collecting the first 12 issues of Jonathan Hickman's 33-issue run for New Avengers. And the artwork is done by Steve Epting and Mike DiDio. Here's an example of the first artist, who's on here for the first half of the book. I believe that the second artist, Mike DiDio, he's on for issue 7. Let's see if I can find good artwork for him. Let's see. Yeah, that's close enough. But both artwork is really good. This book, the one thing you gotta expect for Jonathan Hickman, lots of reading. There is a ton of dialogue in this book, and that's one thing he is known for. Putting lots and lots of dialogue in this book, and that basically is a turn-off for a lot of people. But I kind of enjoy this because the character, he chose a great lineup for this particular thing, despite the fact that the group in here is not New Avengers, it's the Illuminati. And the lineup is Namor, Doctor Strange, Black Panther, Iron Man, Reed Richards, the Fantastic Four, Black Bolt, and the Beast. The lineup itself doesn't really change. The only change they make to it at the start of it, Captain America's part of it, and then he leaves at the end of issue 3 because, well, the Infinity Gauntlet is basically deemed useless due to all the gems being destroyed except for one. The Time Gem. That happens in issue 3. Yeah, I'm not sure why Hickman decided to get rid of the Infinity Gauntlet for, or at least Infinity Gems. I don't understand why. The main point of this book is the incursions. That what takes up the first 6 issues. Issues 7 and 8 are just a couple like standalone issues. Beginning issue 9 up until issue 11 is tying to the event Infinity, and then the final issue seems like an epilogue to takes place after Infinity. And one thing interesting about this book, there are 2 characters. No, actually, scratch it. There are 3 characters I cannot question what the continuity is. That's Namor, Doctor Strange, and Black Panther. Because you want to know why? Because those 3 guys don't have a series they're also in right now. And of course, All New X-Men does affect Beast. The first 3 issues, by the way, take place before All New X-Men number 1. Now, somebody thinking, at the same time Reed Richards appearing in this book, in Fantastic Four, he's out in outer space. Now, there's a couple different theories of why that is. Either this takes place before he went to outer space, or after he came back. It's not explained at all. My theory, it takes place before he went to outer space. And, of course, they also have a little bit tie into Iron Man very well, where they have speak in the book via hologram, just like he did in the pages of Avengers also, when he's on outer space for like 3 months. Yeah, so you can kind of say, yeah, there's some portion of this book kind of takes place during like the second arc of excuse me, of Karen Gillian's run for Iron Man. And of course, Black Bolt. At this point, you also can basically count this one as continuity not very screwed up here, though. Yeah, just that Reed Richards, Iron Man, and Beast are the only ones you could probably question what the continuity is, because those guys have series they also appear in. Of course, Beast doesn't have a solo title, neither does Reed Richards. Iron Man does, but yeah, the story's done really well, and the pacing is really good in here, despite the heavy amount of dialogue. But it took me a while to read this thing, and this is only 12 issues. Normally, 12 issues in a book like this might be a breeze. Nope. This took me about 2 days to get through. I am not kidding. Despite the heavy dialogue, I'm going to give this book an 8.75 out of 10. It's good, but I take like a 1.5 off because the point off because it's not perfect, and the quarter point because of the heavy amount of dialogue. I do recommend this, though, if you want to get into New Avengers. Start with this book. Hopefully they do a volume 2 of this, where they cover the next like dozen or so issues. Okay? Alright, that's it. Stay tuned for the next episode, which will be episode 182, and whatever type of shot it is, okay? Till then, see you then. Bye.